to go in the national final, and they're standing on the fence here watching the concluding stages. Anthony Bear, first time, wins the Australian final. Fireworks on the infield. Second place to Brad McClure.
Ash Media's coverage of the Australian Street Stock title is proudly brought to you by Speedway Sedans Australia.
Well, visibility outside from our vantage point is getting very difficult to see now. It's like foggy conditions. They're away and racing, and it's getting a little bit more slippery. This rain has got a little bit heavier. So head out of turn number 2, and the race leader, I think, is Scott Mason. And oops, there's trouble further back. The 0 and the 4 have come around of Mick Dan and Maurice Ahern. And the conditions certainly are getting a little bit slippery. There's no wind to speak of. So heat 21 of the Australian Street Stock title about to get underway. Into the main straight, wait for the green lights. We've got them, we're away and racing. And on the outside, the 35 of Colin Forbes takes the lead. Mason on the outside in car number 93, looking for a way through as they go down the back straight. Mick Dan's in the lead group, so too is Oggie Ahern in car number 4 as they move into the main straight. The first time the race leader is Mason. 117, Mark Jennings is second, then Scott Mason. Sorry, Forbes is out in front, then Jennings, then Mason. Back and forth is Mick Dan, then Maurice Ahern. That's the first 5. Back to Chris Hay in 6th place as they come out of turn 4, going clockwise once again. Nothing separating the top 5 cars. Ahern underneath of Mick Dan. Mason's on the outside as they head down the back straight. Mark Jennings just ahead of them, and they're all chasing down Colin Forbes. Out of turn 4 they come. Forbes the leader. 117, Jennings in second. Ahern up to third. Mason and Dan. Mason still up on the outside. Ahern now looks to the inside of Jennings. Mick Dan drops off the pace somewhat on that lap and is back there in 5th place by himself. Back then to Hay, Atkinson up to 7th. Then Galley, Warden, Blomley and Jaden Dredge. Out in front though, Forbes leads by 0.6 of a second. Chasing him down is South Australia's Mark Jennings. In 3rd place is car number 4, Maurice Ahern, then Scott Mason. Into the main straight. No change in the top 4, but it's still pretty close. Mick Dan's caught that group. Matt Atkinson from Tasmania trying to get underneath the Chris Hay. That's for 5th, for 6th and 7th. So we come up now with halfway done in heat number 21. 6 down, 6 to go. The race leader by a car length is Colin Forbes over Mark Jennings, Maurice Ahern and Scott Mason. Back to the 0 car in 5th place of Mick Dan. 6th place is Chris Hay, then Matt Atkinson. Out of turn 4, back up the main straight. Not much separating the lead 4 cars. So head out of turn number 2. The leader is Forbes, Jennings, Ahern, and right there is Scott Mason, who's just done the quick lap of the race. So move out of 3 and 4 again. 4 to go. Forbes, Jennings, Ahern and Mason still locked together. Up into Pitts Bend. Ahern gets underneath it, Jennings. That's in turn 2. Jennings and Ahern right up behind Colin Forbes. So move out of 3 and 4. Jennings on the outside. Ahern the inside, and Forbes leads now by 0.2 of a second. 0.8 of a second separates the first 4. Ahern gets under Jennings, and Ahern gets under Forbes. Ahern hits the front. Here comes Jennings underneath the Forbes, and he'll probably come underneath that Ahern as well. Into the main straight with 2 to go. Jennings in front. Jennings now the leader. Ahern back to 2nd place. Forbes is there in 3rd, and right there is Mason as well. Mick Dan not far behind, and look out the lap traffic in the last lap. Jennings out in front from South Australia. Underneath comes Ahern. Down into turn 1 with 1 to go, and the lap car does get in the way. Not by his own doing. Ahern is out in front now. Jennings to 2nd, and that poor lap car has been absolutely sandwiched. Mick Dan's got up to 3rd place, and out all of it, Maurice Ahern will take heat number 21. Ahern, Jennings, Dan, Colin Forbes from Chocolates Aboard Lollies in the last lap. He finishes 4th. Scott Mason 5th. Matthew Atkinson is 6th. Then back Further in the field, they're still coming. Darren Ward, Dale Blomley, Chris Hay and Ty Galley. A ripper race, 3 minutes 42.314. The margin ended up being .961, and the fast lap was by Scott Mason, 17.977. It's Morris Ahern, Mark Jennings and Mick Dan.
Argue they didn't take them off you, did they?
No, not at all.
Mate, that was some tough driving out there in some slightly tricky conditions.
Yeah, she was hard to see, the old rain on the visor. You're sort of guessing where you're going half the time, but we got there in the end. I'd just like to thank all my sponsors, Raztech Motorsport, Cuda Signs, ESS, Panther Chassis, Claridge House Removalists, Paul Mac Repairs, EB Photography, and whoever else I forgot.
You need to stick her up here on the roof so you can remember. Mate, let's keep the good summer rolling along.
And thanks to all my crew. Thank you.
Well done to Morris Ahern, heat winner.